everybody. It's Teacher Rebecca here and Teacher Callie over here. We're going to talk to you about Outschool today. So thanks for coming. Sorry, a little bit late. I had to get my daughter into her Outschool class as well. So she likes taking Outschool classes as well. So, hey, if you are a new parent, just a little quick plug, look at the link below. If you sign up using my link, you'll get $20 free to spend on whatever classes you want. And my daughter gets $20 free to spend on her classes. So it's a win-win. So check that out. Teacher Kelly does weekly reports on Tuesdays talking about VIP Kid, Outschool, etc. So put her link below too. So you can check that out every Tuesday morning or so. Sometimes I cover for her, but she's awesome. So what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the new website. Lots of chatter about that. And
yes.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do a flex class. So if you or anyone watching wants to give me advice, please do.
I've been trying to come up with the flex class for a year now. I just have never gotten around to doing it. You know, I recorded some videos because I'm like, okay, well, I do science experiments. So since I have all the supplies and setups now, I'll record it. And then I haven't done anything with it. So I'm like, now what?
Yeah.
And I've slacked off on the last couple of experiments and haven't. But they have been helpful for me as I go back through and have redone some of these experiments in other things in my pods or buyouts or birthday parties. I go, how did I do that experiment again? So I'll go back and watch my own YouTube videos that are unlisted and go, that's how I did it. Okay, good.
Right. Good idea.
Class, they've been helpful for me to go, oh yeah, that was how the recipe and how I explained it and the jokes I said and all that stuff.
Yeah, I found a group and I see that you're in it. I just stumbled upon it, but there's something like Outschool Flex Class Inspiration if anyone's interested. And I asked a question and got some answers. I've heard conflicting things about flex classes, both good and bad, from teachers. And it's literally like every time I am like, okay, I'm going to do flex class, I hear some bad things, but then I hear good things. Maybe it's hit or miss, but everybody is the one good point people are making. It's like, once you've done the videos, you have it. Like, even if you have one learner, you already did all the videos for it. And it would be nice to have like in the summer, because I'm letting some of my ongoing classes go for my sake. And then they seem like something you can do anytime. Like, you're on vacation, you can send a quick email through the flex class, or you're doing other jobs or other things. So yeah, I keep going back and forth. I'm thinking about creating it and then turning on availability, which I have hated availability because I want to control my own schedule. But with a flex class, all that means is like what day of the week you started on,
Right.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. Availability for a flex class. Then you find out if people want to take it and they can start it whatever day they want. And yeah, and I don't have to do the videos. I can get it approved and then wait and see if anyone does availability, and you can set it 2 weeks ahead. Then you're like, okay, I got 2 weeks. So I got to like plan out the first. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And I've heard conflicting things from parents, whether they like them or not. So I don't know.
Some do, some don't. Some participate, some don't. I know if you cater towards the younger ages, like my daughter just turned 6, she can't post on her behalf by herself. So I have to post for her. I have to take pictures of her. I have to, and I often forget as a parent to go back in and say, hey, we did do this. Actually, we just forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
So, when you do the younger ages, you're kind of catering to the parents as well, because they have to do all of the posting. But if you do for the older, then they can do it on their own and they can interact a little bit more. I like the way that they changed the availability. Back when we first started 2 years ago, if you said available, you're available for all your classes at any point, at any time. Well, now when you create each class listing, near the bottom, before you say listed, do you want to turn on availability for this class? So you can say yes or no. So you can have it off on all of your classes and then on for your flex. Or
Yeah.
I turned it off on my ongoing because those are a weekly commitment that I want to choose what I want to commit. For my one-time classes, I turned it on because I'm like, it's just a one-time half hour, and done. So I like the idea of maybe opening for flex and just making a note near the top saying, hey, this has, open availability or whatever. Please just choose a time. If there's no time listed, that way they know that they can do that.
Right. Yes. And then for your planning, I know you haven't actually done one, but I hear you have to have interactive activities, which even I've seen some parents say, well, we don't want that. We take it because it's self-paced. So I've been trying to think what to include, but I'm basing the flex class like you off of a class I already have. So like in that class, we do Nearpod. Well, I could just make it a self-paced Nearpod lesson. We do Kahoot. You can do self-paced Kahoot. And it's still interactive because they can compete against each other even if it's self-paced. And I think there's a way you can make it so they can see, or I could post that. And then I'm trying to create a group for two reasons. First of all, another flexible thing to do in the summer, but it can also go along with my flex and my live class. Like it can be an extension of the flex class, and maybe have a coupon where for that 1 month that they're in my flex class, they get it for only $1. And then if they want to stay in after the class is over, it could be like $5, a month or something. But that's also a way to interact and have it connect with the class.
Yeah. And don't be disappointed if you have to have it re-approved multiple times. I hear flex classes sometimes get sent back to you saying, nah, it's almost there, but not quite. And you tweak a few things and you send it back again. So don't be afraid if you have to redo it a couple times to get it just right.
Right. And I've seen people say that. So I'm going to go and look at all the posts in that one group I just joined to try to get some clues before I even try to submit it.
Right. Well, good. I like talking about flex and summer plans. What is everybody's summer plans? Are you taking a break for the summer? Are you going to keep plow through? Are you going to add summer camps? Are you going to just do your ongoing classes? What are your plans?
Right. And one more thing I want to say about flex, I'm also thinking it could be like review for my ongoing class, because with ongoing, you can't do a lot of review because people jump in and out and you can't make it build. So like if they also wanted to take the flex class along or after they finish the live class to review, that's a good way to sell it as well.
Yeah. And it's good to promote it to your current students first, saying, hey, this is like a spin-off of it. It's not a repeat of all these classes. I mean, it could be. You say if you want to go more in depth, if you want to try it again, then you can do it. But cater to the parents you already have. Send them, like you said, send them a coupon, send them a promo. Say, hey, give us a try. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new class that I made.
Right.
Yeah, with my ongoing classes, I'm doing a science class. And this year I decided to do by theme. So each month is a different theme. They are standalone lessons. You can come and go whatever you want to, but they're themed. Like I had a whole month on density. So 5 experiences of density. This month is on slimes, making different slimes each week. Then I had one on rainbows and colors. So they are connected, but you don't have to take the previous one to understand the next one. I might refer back to going, okay, maybe last week we talked about primary and secondary colors. Who knows what they are? Well, if somebody comes in new, they'll learn that. Like that's not that big of a deal to, come in, fresh.
Right. Usually the way I handle that, I'm like, if you've been here or if you were here last month, we talked about this. If you weren't, we're going to do the lesson again in another month or something like that.
Yeah. So do a quick, like 30-second review so that they understand today's concept. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't want them to feel bad for not being there last week. I want them to be welcome wherever they are. But I thought, well, let's do your little units. It'd be kind of fun. But I will be taking August off.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I've got a baby due mid-August, so I'll be slowing things down, and then I'll come back again in like September, October. So as classes fizzle out, I might just let them close out and say, okay, now is the time to figure out when exactly do I want to teach each week. And what time do I want to teach these ongoing classes? Because I will have to adjust to a newborn in the house who may not have a regular sleep schedule for a while. They will. I'll make sure they will, but they won't for a while.
Right.
So let's talk about rebranding. So
Yes.
Outschool came out with this new look to it. They have the same vision, but it's this new look. So here is a look at what they're going for now. And I really like these pictures. They're really fun. I mean, in the past, they were more of clip art, and they had like the Outschool feel to it. I wasn't able to find too many of the old clip arts around here, but it was more of the clip art version. These are more real people. And I like the diversity with the colors and the genders and, you know, all that stuff. And I kind of like how they're catering towards the older audience a little bit, because we kind of lose people by the teen years thinking, oh, it's just, you know, for the little kids, just Outschool for the elementary school. No, it's great for these teens too. I do wish they had like one little kid in there. I feel like the youngest one there is like 4th grade. So I wish they had one preschooler, but that's just, you know, a picky thing. So they could show that Outschool is ages 3 to 18 and everywhere in between.
Right. Yeah. I have to say that before I actually saw the website, I saw everybody talking about it, and okay, there's no secret. A lot of people hate it. So I think that got in my head, and I was like, oh yeah, the colors are too bright. But I must say it's grown on me, and I actually do love it. I love bright colors in general anyway. And I think the font's really cool and edgy. I know some people complained that if they have some type of medical problem, the brightness like gives them a migraine. And I want to be sensitive to that, even if I don't know anything about that medical problem. That's a different story. And, you know, maybe they might have to change it for that reason for people. But I actually love it.
Right.
After my initial, I don't like it. I decided I love it.
I know, me too. For example, this shows a little bit of the old and the new together. So the old is that blue color behind them. Up at the top, that logo that has that circle with the S through it. So like the O for Outschool and an S for school. So that was our logo for a long time, the OS for Outschool. Let me show you what our teacher dashboard looks like now, the new version, where they are still in the blue family, but technically it's called Peacock. So here's what it looks like now, with the logo at the top, Outschool, with the 2 O's together. So now the 2 O's are the logo. And it is more like this purplish color, and purple and black and gray. And some people have a hard time seeing that really bright purple like jump out at them. And to some people, it can go kind of squiggly and you know, move around, cause migraines. So they might soften a little bit. Some people have figured out how to soften it. But this is kind of like the color scheme, and everything's kind of like those bubbles versus the square thing that got the little rounded edges. So, I mean, just small little changes here and there. You know, it's kind of nice, and they are definitely taking thoughts into consideration. So if you have any, you know, thoughts or issues going, well, that color's too bright, they might change the color. They are trying to just kind of rebrand a little bit, because it is a couple years old. And so they want to go, okay, where are we going with this brand? And we've been with other companies that have changed their look and their feel to it in the past. So, you know, change is hard. We don't like change.
Right. And I did think the old one was a little just too simple, too outdated. They definitely, with the growth that they've had over 2020 and the last 2 years, they need something edgier. So I really like it. I mean, if people have their reasons, it makes them sick or don't like it, I mean, maybe they'll change it again. But I do think they needed to change it from what they had before. It just way too simple. Yeah.
I mean, it is, I guess it's 7 years old. I was looking through here. Yeah. After 7 years of stretching our skills. So, I mean, it kind of had a big boom during the pandemic, but it's been around a lot longer than that. So it's time to revamp a little bit. You know, they talk about what their vision is, what they want it to appeal to and look for. And I really like, you know, there are some things that I don't like about it and things I do. And a lot of it is just because it's different. And when things are different, you just don't like it right off the bat. But, you know, there's smaller changes, and I can get used to it. They are going to slowly roll out more changes. So right now you may not see too many changes in like the learner side of it, but you are going to. So the parent side and learner side still looks the same, but they're going to roll out some small changes here and there. I can't wait to see what that one looks like in a few months. And I'll try to like make a video of it before and then after. We'll see if I can get the before in.
Right.
Before it's
Yeah.
like, oh no, it changed. But this blog, and I can put this in the chat box later, it does have a little video down below with Julie, who's in the Outschool head office, and then Rico, who helped with the marketing, the branding, to feel of like what is his vision with it, why did he choose what he chose, and it was really good, about 20-minute video on
Yeah,
the vision.
I saw
So
it.
that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. It helped to see the why in between. And one thing he pointed out that we should talk about is the Outschool audience has changed, because for the first 5 years, it was just homeschoolers and that's who they were appealing to. And now it's everybody. It's people after school, people supplementing, just people wanting a fun class. It's not just homeschoolers, although there is that, they still do have homeschoolers too. So,
yeah. And so that's why we as teachers need to cater towards during the school time, after school time, weekends, summer camps, which are just classes that meet at least 2 or more times in a week. It could be an ongoing class. It could be a multi-day class, where you just meet a couple times and you're done. So that's kind of, fun thing that we can do now.
mm-hmm.
So I'd love to hear your comments below, people who are watching later, of what do you guys think about this new rebranding? I know some of it's still kind of new and still rolling out, but what are your first thoughts? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you like, I don't care, it's just a change? What are your thoughts on this?
If it truly brings in new students to Outschool, then I'm all for it, because we all want more students, as teachers teaching on the platform. So, yep.
Right. And especially if it brings in this older crowd, which just looks like grades 4 and up, I think that's great. Because I do feel like statistically, most of our students are in that preschool through early elementary age, as they want those fun online classes. They want to have those hands-on things. They want to have early reading readiness. But when they get older, they're like, my life is so full with everything else, I can't add Outschool in. But there's great classes for the older kids. And especially if you like homeschooling or unschooling or whatever you want to, call it, you can use this to supplement what you're doing. As a mom, you might go, I'm great with this, this, and this, but I'm not good with this and this. Let's find teachers to fill this gap in.
Right. Definitely. And I do find, I have found through trial and error, because I've tried everything, that the high school classes don't book as well. And it's kind of a catch-22, because I see parents complaining like there's not enough classes for high schoolers, but then when I've tried to do it, you don't get as many learners. So then you go a little younger. I'm tending to go more towards middle school now. And I do think actually after trial and error that my class is more, the skill level is more towards middle school than like an upper level high school. But yeah. And just from observation, because I search on there a lot, I do think like if you're already teaching high school in the public school or private school, that you might be a better candidate to teach it on Outschool, because usually the hardcore homeschoolers are looking for more serious classes and grades and stuff in the high school level, because more states.
And they're looking for teachers who have that experience and who can maybe give a certificate. And even the Outschool doesn't really give like high school credit, you might be able to find a teacher who can help submit grades and make it, look more like this is a class with tests and curriculum to help you, get into college.
And I don't want to do grades, so I'm staying away from that.
I know. Like, give me the fun stuff. But if you're a high schooler, you're not going to choose somebody who's like, I specialize in teaching kindergarten.
Right.
No, you want you want somebody who teaches high school now or has taught it recently in brick and mortar or online or something, so that that you're getting a great teacher who teaches that niche.
So.
Well, good. There's some more things in that email that I'll let you talk about on Tuesday. So different things about, summer camps and marketing and other things. But today was just mostly about branding and what your thoughts on that. And not just your thoughts, Kelly, but like yours. What are your thoughts too?
And, plural.
Yes, yes, you, as well as summer plans, because it's May and summer is upon us. And so we have to start thinking and getting ready. It is good to plan at least 1 month in advance as you're creating these classes, so they have time to get listed, and then you can start opening the slots. You can start getting those bookings in. So it is really important to think at least 1 month ahead. I'm always guilty of like, oh, there's a holiday next week, let's put something together. Well, by that time, you've lost the interest, because Outschool will send an email out saying, hey, these are the classes coming up in the next 2-3 weeks. Well, that's gonna be passed. Like, you'll miss that email. So it
Right.
is good to get ahead of the game a little bit and think a little bit further in advance than a week.
Right. And have it like listed in your listing and your schedule. And that sounds simple, but it takes a long time to go through a whole this week. Which days can I teach? Which days do I need to take off? I need to update the listing. I need to update the welcome letter. I need to post in the classroom. Like it's pretty time consuming. So you need a chunk of time to sit down and do that for all your classes. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if a brand new class that you want to make a summer camp or a one-time class or something like that. There's a few extra steps you have to do. But once you do it, they're easy enough to do. It's just you have to figure all these things out. You're right. I mean, you can go, okay, well, a month from now, in the middle of June, what's my life going to be like? Like, when can I open these classes? When can I do a week-long summer camp? Okay, and get that out there quickly. I do know as a parent, when I get the emails from my I follow different teachers. When you click the little heart button, you're now a follower of them, and so you can get emails whenever they publish a brand new class. And so when they have a brand new class, I'm like, oh, this sounds good. Click. I look at it, go, no availability, no times listed. I don't know when or if they will ever list it. So I X out and I go on my life, and I forget to come back. So my recommendation to you guys is before the parents get that email, have at least 2 or 3 time slots in there. So when they click it, they go, hey, that one works for me. Book. And you get a booking right away. And if it doesn't work out, then they know that it's still an active class. They can, email the teacher saying, okay, these times don't work, but can we do this week? And you can get a conversation going. I know that by trial and error, that when you ask to list a class, you wait for that, yay, your class has been listed email, woohoo. And about 24 hours later, that's when the parents get their email saying this class is a brand new class. So you have about 24 hours to get that listed a couple of times before they get the email. Now, you can list your times before it's listed. You can have it ready to go if you want to. You can just go there. And so as soon as it's listed, it's boom, it's live. But definitely within that 24 hours. If you wait till after the email's been published, it's kind of too late, and you'll miss that golden opportunity.
Yes, definitely.
That's a tip. Well, I think that's it for today. Unless you have anything else you want to chat about. Again, head over to Teacher Kelly's channel on Tuesday mornings sometimes, and she'll fill you in with anything else Outschool related or ESL related or life. She's a great person to just chat with on live.
Thanks. Yeah. Yes, please come on Tuesdays.
And then on Saturdays, we are usually in Teacher Casey's channel, but she said I could come to my channel today. So I can also send a link in the description box below afterwards about Teacher Casey's. I'm often on her channel on Saturday mornings, and Kelly is sometimes with me as well. So we like to talk about Outschool on one of our channels at some point or another.
Yes.
Okay. I'll see you later, Kelly. See you later, viewers.
Bye, Rebecca. Everyone. Bye, everybody.